Now, howdy, folks. Dodge City Marshal Allen Bailey.
And Cowgirl Janey.
And we're here with the video that we promised you that we'd make early on in the week. First of all, we'd like to say thank you to all the friends, neighbors, people we didn't even have any idea who they were, contacted us about Western Swing and other things ending, and we got some great news on that, though. Stick around to the end of the video. You'll love it. It's not ending. Okay. The main question we get is, what happened? All righty, here we go. The reason we are not where we are right now with High Plains Public Radio is freedom of speech. Now, those who have listened to the show for several years know that Cowgirl Janey and I are very patriotic, very American, and we stand for every single one of our rights. So what happened, you might ask? Well, it all started with this gal on Facebook. And she was posted, well, let me back up a little bit. She's an independent artist and not really a very good one. Her stuff was kind of garage bandy, so I never played too much of it anyway. But anyway, she posted nude pictures of our First Lady. All right. That's not the thing to do with this kid. No. So I told her, basically, you POS, this is not the thing to do. You don't do this to people. So I kicked her off my Facebook and banned her from it. Then I sent her a personal message and I said, don't send me any more stuff because I'm not going to play it. Because we have a policy there at the show, if you're not a nice person, we don't play you. More on that here in just a little bit. Okay, so now to be fair, I have also kicked people off of my Facebook page for posting nude pictures of Eleanor Roosevelt. You might not think there's any out there, but needless to say, they're probably Photoshopped. Doesn't matter. You don't do those kind of things. I kicked somebody off for posting nude pictures of Jackie Kennedy. You don't do that kind of thing. Okay? Period. So I have standards on that. So when I was contacted by this new manager they got up there, now to be honest with you, I don't know anything about him. I've never met him before. I have no idea what he did when he come out here. He might have been a clerk at Dollar General. Might have been a shoe salesman. I don't know. I don't think he's ever been a manager anywhere before, but if he has, I'd sure like to know how that turned out. But getting back to it. I was contacted about this gal, and I said, yeah, this is what happened. Well, he did some other digging around and went clear back to a post that I had made about Halloween, where I insulted his queen. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not a deplorable kind of guy.
And Marshall, what difference does it make?
I guess I am a deplorable kind of guy. But anyway, he used that as a crutch to get rid of the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. We did not quit.
Yeah.
We did not retire.
No.
And it was not a mutual consent agreement.
Don't let them tell you that.
Yeah.
It's freedom of speech. Now, here's the thing. I never worked for High Plains Public Radio. Never was an employee. They paid me for a show. They subscribed to a show. They paid me for me, for however many hours it took to do the show. So that's the way we did it. All these years. First 10 years, I volunteered. Volunteered show. All on me. Well, when we got down into Texas, they was making so much money off of me, they had to pay me something, so they started paying me scraps. And it paid for my gasoline and whatnot, and got a few small raises over the years. Cowgirl's been working with me for 10 years on this show. Guess how much she makes? And, but anyway, it's pretty good return for all the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars I've generated for them over the years. In this conversation, I was told that he had heard that I had threatened somebody on a chat log somewhere on the internet. Now, I don't know how you threaten somebody on the internet. What do? You reach through and grab them? It was bunk as bowl. I never did do any such thing. I told him, send me a screenshot. Well, he couldn't do that because it never happened. He said something to the effect, well, all cowboys threaten somebody at one time or other. So all you guys out there listening in that are cowboys, keep that in mind. You're dangerous. You know I'm kidding you guys. That's not me that said that. But anyway, it was very interesting. And then before the conversation was all through, he even drugged my mother into it. He said, wasn't that something? He said, well, what would your mother think? Here I am, 65 years old. He wants to know. I told him my mother would think that's probably a pretty damn good idea. She's just an old country gal. She'd do all right. But anyway, getting past all of that stuff, don't give up. We are in negotiations right now. I can't let the cat out of the bag, but I will tell you that we are in negotiations right now, or we'll begin here shortly to get Western Swing and other things back on the line again. Of course, it'll be through a different station.
Oh, yeah.
And
it will be.
Yeah, and all of my fans out there, all of our fans, Cowgirl Janey's got more fans than I do. We invite you to pick up, pull up roots, and follow us. We'll sure let you know where we're at. And we can continue spending some time together. I can't tell you when the show's going to be or anything else. I don't know. We haven't really talked to them all that much about it, but we look forward to it.
Well, the Marshal's health, we went to the doctor and had test after test after test.
this lung.
Yeah. So all tests came back okay. It's just allergies.
Yeah.
It's just allergies. So.
You know, when you get to be a certain age, you kind of worry about them taking X-rays and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but it all come back just fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and
so I put the shovel away, guys. I don't need it.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
Okay. Yeah, check our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated on Western Swing and other things.
That's right.
And we want to make We just love all our listeners out there. All these years, we've had so much
Oh,
fun. Remember
yeah.
the naming the cows?
Oh yeah,
Way
and the
back when?
chickens and all
the
that.
chicken.
Yeah, we've just
We've had so much fun.
yeah, so many memories.
Yes.
So many of our listeners dead and gone.
Oh.
We have listeners out there that have spent their whole life listening to the show.
And we got a bunch of young listeners too.
Yeah, we do.
We met some last summer, and
Well,
it was just a thrill.
that's a fact, yeah.
So I think that's about it, Marshall.
Well, we want to thank everybody that underwrote us all these years. Ed Banning and Tiny New York Kitchen and
just to name a few. Oh, we've had many, Marshall.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
And it's really been great. It's been fun. It's been fantastic. Except for the last 3 or 4 years. The radio station was taking a different direction than I just got more and more and more where I didn't want my name associated with it. But, okay, now here's the thing I want to say before we close out here. Freedom of speech. I never worked for High Plains Public Radio. They have no right to tell me what I say or how I feel or anything else, even if I work for them. I mean, this is America. This is freedom of speech. Now, there's a lot of folks out there that would disagree with different. Oh, that's another thing I want to hit on. That's another thing I want to hit on. There's a lot of folks who would disagree with a lot of my views, and I disagree with yours. But you know what? We have cemeteries full of Americans who have fought and died so we could keep that right of freedom of speech. And there ain't nobody going to take it away from Janey or the Marshal. Now, it came up in conversation, too, that I was too political on my show.
I don't know where that came from. We played the
Now,
national anthem.
Now, listen.
Would that be it?
We have people that have been listening to my show for 30 years, 31 years. They've been listening to Janey since she's been on there 10 years. Name one single time that we ever got political on the show. The only thing I could think of is playing the national anthem every week and also our tributes to our soldiers. You know, we did Memorial Day and we did Veterans Day and, you know, Armistice Day, you know, anything to do with
4th of July.
4th of July,
yes.
Anything to do with our American way of life and soldiers. If you want to call that political, so be it. Who cares? Kiss my butt. We're Americans. We're going to stay Americans. I'll fight for your rights. Now, Janey and I we're going to miss our listeners, but we're glad to be leaving. And we will find another nest, and we'll sure give you a call whenever we have to do it. I want to thank so many folks over the years. Boy, I've seen about 10 executive directors come in, including the shoe salesman, and there's been all kinds of them, I'll guarantee you what. But the best one of them all, through all of my career, has been Deb Euler, without a doubt. The best executive director that they ever had. So thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. If I had my cowbell, hon, I'd ring it for you.
Yeah.
But so many of the other folks around there too that we're gonna miss.
Yeah, Dale.
Yeah, Dale, the old cuss.
Even Steve and Jessica and
Yeah, I mean
all those back in the day.
Back in the days,
Yeah.
old Lynn Boy, Tano.
Oh yeah, and Deborah.
I wrote a song about her one
Oh,
time.
you did?
I did.
Did you share it?
I played it on the air a time or two.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I played it on her show
Yeah.
back when she used to host High Plains Morning.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess that about wraps it up.
That wraps it up.
All righty.
Yeah.
So be sure and stay with us because we're going to be back with more Western swing and other things. So God bless you, friends.
Oh, we love you. Mwah.
And God bless America.
Yes.